I also look for a display of faithfulness. If they cannot be faithful in youth service attendance, whatever that looks like for you, for us, it was a Wednesday night gathering. Every week we gathered with our young people. And I would look for the ones who were being faithful in attendance, the ones who were being faithful. If they were part of a ministry team in our youth ministry, if they played on the music team with the instruments and sang, or if they helped clean up after service, whatever it was, if they helped serve food, I wasn't only seeing if they were being faithful in their attendance on a weekly basis. I would look and see if they were being faithful with their ministry and showing up to practices and to meetings. Because faithfulness never goes out of style. Faithfulness is not a trend that is here today and gone tomorrow. Faithfulness is a part of a believer's life. And especially if they are feeling a calling or you're trying to identify them in leading the work of God through church, through youth ministry, through children's ministry, through the overall church, whatever that might be, faithfulness has to be a part of their leadership character. So I look for faithfulness. I see if they made a commitment to Christ, and then I look for a display of faithfulness. There was one in particular young man that was in our ministry, and for over probably a year, maybe longer, he set up the chairs. Him and a few others would set up the chairs for our youth service. We had about 175, 200 plus chairs that we had to set up on a weekly basis, more chairs than that because we were reaching so many teens, and he would set them up on a weekly basis. He was faithful to that. Although it was a menial task, although it wasn't glorious, it wasn't in the spotlight, yet his proven character and being faithful with setting up chairs allowed me to identify the potential that he had to help lead the church in youth ministry. And even today, he helps to lead young people. Because when we're faithful in the small, God will make us rulers over much. That's how I started. When I felt the calling to preach at 19, I was given the pulpit every now and then to preach to the church. But I proved my faithfulness in attendance, in practices. I played the drums, the instrument of the drums. I played it for our church. I would show up to practice. I went to all the services. I helped out where I could to the best of my ability. What was I doing in that time? What was God teaching me? Faithfulness. Before God could entrust me with something great, especially being in the forefront of a great, growing, and thriving church in a movement that's going places, God first had to prove my faithfulness in the unseen places. I've often said faithfulness is not proven on the stage or the platform or in the spotlight. Faithfulness is proven in the shadows when no one is looking. When no recognition is coming your way, that's where faithfulness is proving. And there are doors that only years of faithfulness can open. So when I look at young leaders who have the potential to lead, I'm looking at their faithfulness because I know that's a great building block for God to establish a great work of leadership upon their life.